I'll be explaining the Korean fantasy movie, The Miracle, today. Soo Mi and Ri Na, two opposing twins, center the narrative. Soo Mi enjoys spending time alone in her room because she is shy. She lacks confidence and is also overweight. She performs on live broadcasts as sexy diva as a pastime. She has amassed a sizable following over the years, but no one has ever seen her face. Every time she goes live, people comment on how beautiful they think she must be, but Soo Mi is aware that her popularity would fall off quickly if she revealed her face. Her sister Ri Na, in contrast, is living the ideal of every young Korean woman. She serves as the face of the well-known girl group Miracle Girls. She has millions of followers globally and is contracted to a label. Ri Na is well known for her beauty and dancing, yet she barely sings. She remains the group member who enjoys the highest popularity. The fact that she is harsh and haughty makes her bandmates dislike her. Their manager alerts them one day that popular male singer Hae Seong has requested Ri Na to appear in a commercial video. Even though the other girls are far better vocalists, Ri Na has more opportunities than them, which makes the other females unhappy. Later on that day, a few journalists stop by the girl's house to speak with Ri Na's relatives. As a result of her appearance, Ri Na requests Soo Mi to remain in her room throughout the interview. Ri Na denies having any siblings, saying that her older sister is away at school most of the time. Soo Mi despises her sister because of the way she is. Despite being identical twins, they seldom talk about their lives and are often at odds. Soo Mi hates her school more than her sister does, which is one thing. She is so severely bullied by her classmates that she always keeps track of the days till graduation. She is deeply in love with Dio Sok, one of the popular guys in the bullies' circle, which is unfortunate for her. About the same time last year, Soo Mi made the decision to tell Dio Sok how she really felt and purchased him a gift. But the bullies grabbed it from her and read the love letter aloud. Soo Mi hasn't yet recovered from the humiliation of being rejected in public, but her feelings for Dio Sok haven't altered. Ri Na meets fellow idol Hae Seong while visiting the commercial set in a different location. He thinks of himself more as a musician than an entertainer and is much more conceited than Ri Na. He treats Ri Na horribly since he knows she is just well known for her appearance. Hae Seong thinks the idea behind the commercial is stupid, but Ri Na complies with the director's instructions. He declines to participate, leaving his manager in charge of containing the situation. Due to his prudence, Ri Na is also dropped from the advertisement. She curses at him as she walks back home in tears. Soo Mi is lounging in their front garden with their puppy in the meantime. It runs outside the home and vanishes when she isn't looking. After a full day of searching, Soo Mi comes across an elderly woman unconscious on the ground. She decides to transport the helpless woman to her home on her own. She invites her inside and, moved by her generosity, explains that she is a tarot reader. Soo Mi chooses the most uncommon tarot card when asked to choose one. The woman claims that it is supposed to fulfill her wish. Soo Mi considers trading lives with her sister despite her skepticism. She then has a change of heart and requests the ability to never put on weight. Before sending her go, the woman presents her with a necklace. Soo Mi collapses as she walks her puppy back to her house. Ri Na, who is in the middle of a dance rehearsal, also passes out at the same moment. The sisters are in a hospital next to each other's beds when they awaken. Interestingly, their mother uses different names for each of them. They glance at one another confused and are horrified to see that their bodies have been switched. They try to swap back right away, but the idiotic concept doesn't work, so they instantly hurry outside and knock their skulls with a rock. Soo Mi's eyes come to rest on the necklace the tarot reader gave her earlier while she mulls over other plans. She goes to the woman's home after recalling that she had unconsciously asked to trade lives with her sister. When they arrive, they learn that the woman has left on vacation and won't be back for another month. Both sisters are devastated by the news because it means they will have to spend the next month acting like the person they despise the most. They share the do's and don'ts of their daily lives with one another to help one another acclimatize to their new lives. Soo Mi is asked to practice the dance that their girl group has been practicing, be unpleasant to everyone, and eat less. Yet for Ri Na to be like her sister, she merely needs to be present and calm. They swap phones, dress in one another's clothes, and get ready for the day the next day. Rina eats a package of snacks before heading to school, something she would never have done in her former body. She doesn't worry about being switched and sees it as a free month off from her often hectic schedule. But that is just until some bullies interrupt her. Gyo-sok grabs the box and teases her for having feelings for him. Rina wants to reprimand everyone, but she decides to remain silent after thinking that Soo-mi would never act in such a way. Soo-mi, meantime, visits the troupe for a final dress rehearsal before their comeback performance. She receives the prettiest clothes and is given first priority because she is the most liked member of the group. When it comes time to perform, though, she becomes anxious and botches the dance. She chuckles at her lack of talent as Hae-seong, who is witnessing the act, laughs. After the practice sessions, they must give a live performance. Soo-mi's anxiety takes over, and she starts sobbing in the loo. She is holding the necklace and hoping to perform well in the grand finale. When she eventually has to perform, lo and behold, she doesn't miss a single detail. In the middle of the live broadcast, the lead vocalist and her rival both forget the lyrics. Soo-mi sings in her place and takes the show to aid her. Even Hae-seong is taken aback by how well she sings. Following the performance, she unintentionally lands in his arms. Soo-mi, as opposed to Rina, is entranced by his beauty. Soo-mi gives him a loving look as he sets her down before taking the stage and singing. At home, Rina is upset because Soo-mi sung well because she thinks that if she returns to her body, people will expect the same of her. The following time, Soo-mi vows to treat her worse, but Hae-seong texts her and asks her to record a duet with him. Soo-mi is asked to do her best efforts to discipline him because Rina recalls him acting haughtily the last time. Rina reads Soo-mi's journal after finding it at school. She quickly learns about the daily struggles the bullies cause her sister. She makes sure to make fun of one of the girls' makeup the next time she runs into them. Everyone is shocked as Rina restrains her hand from slapping the girl. Rina labels Gyo-sok ugly and goes away as he approaches to shame her for her 100th time admiration of him. The abrupt personality change leaves him speechless, and he even finds it alluring. Hae-seong texts Soo-mi to come to the rooftop at the same time in the workplace. He talks about the music they should duet to and expresses regret for being disrespectful to her during the commercial. It is simpler to choose as they appear to have comparable musical preferences. Finally, Hae-seong enfolds her in an embrace and proposes a date. The duo is seen in the next scene mixing and recording the song in the studio. They end up kissing after hearing the outcome. The sisters gather in their living room to discuss their day. They both tell each other lies because they did things that the other wouldn't approve of. Rina is upset that they still have 15 days to trade bodies, but Soo-mi has begun dating Hae-seong and isn't in the mood to do so. She hopes the tarot reader never returns from the holiday before she goes to sleep. She starts to run into Hae-seong on the rooftop every day after that. She makes the most of their limited time together. Rina is still reading Soo-mi's journal in the interim. In a flashback, Soo-mi is shown attending various musical show auditions. She just had her skills noticed because of blind auditions. Because of her appearance, many directors would snub her talent and use crude language. Rina is made aware of how unjust the world is to the so-called unattractive people by this. During playtime, she is dancing to her tune while being teased by her classmates. They challenge Rina to do the same when she mocks them by laughing. She performs better than everyone else, which amazes everyone. After the event, Gyo-sok starts to view her differently. Soo-mi discovers that Hae-seong follows her singing live streams the following day as she is using his computer. Even once she returns to her regular form, it gives her hope that he might still like her. Rina is browsing Soo-mi's PC concurrently. Finding the Sexy Diva live stream channel, she unintentionally starts the stream with her face in the camera's field of view. She loses a lot of her subscribers as a result of the torrent of comments that make fun of her appearance. Soo-mi weeps herself to sleep at night, hoping that everyone will forget about the live stream. The live feed is gone the next morning, and nobody is talking about it. It's almost as if it never happened. Rina herself is unable to recall going live. Soo-mi realizes that the necklace is special since it has been fulfilling all of her requests up to this point. She puts the necklace to the test throughout the day, and each time the wish is fulfilled. She understands However, that every time a wish of hers comes true, someone in her life suffers as a result. For example, Hey Nu Seong's song is criticized for being plagiarized when she requests the food of her choosing. Similar to how she wants him to pick up where he left off during a live performance. The request is granted, but as a result, a crew member suffers a serious injury. Dio Sok isolates himself in a studio the following day as a result of the plagiarism issue. Soo Mi travels to meet him, and the two of them complete the recording of their duet song. The 30 days are finally done, and Rina is delighted in the spectacle that follows. When the sisters visit the tarot reader's home, they discover that she still hasn't come back. Soo Mi believes it's because she unintentionally accidentally wished for her to never come back. She asks the reader to return shortly once more. The wish leads to the media spreading a dating story about her and Hae Seong. When Rina learns about the gossip, she becomes incensed. They get into a physical altercation in the middle of a parking lot, and Hae Seong has to break it up. Rina is pushed to the floor while being asked to keep her distance. Soo Mi, however, interprets the action as his solely having feelings for Rina's attractive looks. The following day, Soo Mi returns to the tarot reader and learns from her daughter that her mother passed away as a result of a sickness. The girl also discloses that, in order to grant someone their desire, they must hold the necklace in their hands and really wish for them to return to their bodies. The wish won't come true if any of the females doesn't truly mean it. Rina is pleased to have finally discovered a way to return, but Soo Mi is not as happy. Rina says that Hae Seong used to despise her while she was in her own body after noticing that her sister is troubled. This means, currently, he is not in love with Rina's face, but with Soo Mi's personality. The girls make a wish after the chat in accordance with what the tarot reader predicted, but nothing transpires. The next day, Soo Mi and Rina meet for work in front of the company. Soo Mi risks her life to save Rina as she is about to be hit by an automobile. They have swapped back to their original bodies as they awaken in the hospital. The doctor in charge of them resembles the tarot reader identically. Soo Mi is the older sister and the younger sister's protector, she explains. They were allowed to switch back because she prevented the accident and achieved her goal of saving Rina. Rina breaks up with Hae Seong in the subsequent scene, saying that she doesn't want to risk losing brand opportunities by being seen with him. In actuality, she finds it unacceptable to date her sister's boyfriend. Dio Sok, the bully, also apologizes to Soo Mi and admits that he has grown fond of her. But because she is in love with Hae Seong, she rejects him. Hae Seong arranges a musical audition a few weeks later. Soo Mi is given the forms by Rina, who urges her to fill them out. Soo Mi musters up the nerve to attend the audition, mostly because she wants to take another look at Hae Seong. She wows everyone with her performance of their duet song. Soo Mi and Hae Seong are shown recording a song together in the final scene, implying that she was chosen for the audition. To support the channel, switch on the notification feature, subscribe for more videos like this, and leave a like. Thank you.